Hi everyone. So I have a little bit of a different setup today, but I wanted to do something different on my channel, which I've been hinting at for a while now. I just really haven't had the time to sit down and film for it because there's been so many things to react to. But I've been mentioning that I don't want this to be specifically like a reaction channel. I want to add like other things that I enjoy, like making vlogs and doing like discussion type of videos, which is what we're here for today. And I think I want to start off with this series to talk about my favorite songs, albums, and all of that of 2024. I know we still have a couple of months left before we, officially end 2024. And I know there's a couple more comebacks happening, but I think I'll just do like a follow up and let you know like what my favorites were of those comebacks, because I think for Enhypen, it's gonna be like a repackaged album, so there might be like a couple new songs. And then TXT has their comeback in November. And then I think Stray Kids is also supposed to have another comeback, but I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, so I just want to talk about the albums that I've been loving so far and also the singles that I've been loving and kind of do like a fun little series of this, because I've always wanted to discuss like my favorite songs, but I feel like reactions, you kind of like, if I discussed every single song like in depth, there would be too long a video. So I don't want that for you guys, but I thought I would have them in separate videos. And I think what I'll do is I'll post these videos like on Sunday, and my reactions will be like Monday, Wednesday, mainly Monday and Wednesday, and then Friday, like if I fit in a extra reaction in there. But yeah, I'm really excited for this series. And I also want to like, once I finish my favorites and all that stuff, I want to potentially discuss like other things, like things just going on in the K-pop space and things that I'm not happy with, like the music industry and all that stuff. So, because I feel like this year there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on, and sometimes I put it on TikTok of like my feelings, and like people just love to share their feelings and just tell you that you're wrong. And I feel like YouTube is a little bit of a safer space because like I feel like my subscribers are subscribing me for a reason. So, and I have mentioned like controversy things in some of my reactions. So yeah, but it's not gonna be like a controversial thing. It's just gonna be me like talking about things of the industry that like I don't love. And I feel like they're things that a lot of people can agree on. So I want to talk about the year. I was doing a blog for a little while, but no one was really reading the blog, so I didn't really have the urge to write the blog anymore. So that's kind of why I started the YouTube channel. And I used to love talking about like my favorite albums or like my bands and like their albums that were coming out. But it took time because I was doing more of like an analysis on the blog, so it just wasn't fun for me anymore. But I thought this would be fun and like a little something different. Another thing I want to add, so this is kind of like an intro to like what I am adding to this channel, but also like the topic of today. But I also want to add some like vlogs to my channel. I recorded some stuff for September, so I think I'll just do like monthly vlogs. I have not edited that one yet, but I will be editing it soon, and I will probably post that like potentially next Sunday. And then I'll continue on with like this discussion series. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. It's kind of a long-winded intro, but I just wanted to explain all the things and like what I'm doing today. But today I'm going to talk about my honorable mentions and my like favorite singles. I'm going to also briefly discuss like groups that I'm kind of getting more interested in. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so for this part, I have some of the physical albums. So like when I'm talking about those albums, I'll have them up, but I don't have a lot of them. So I will put like a placeholder of like an image here of the album. But yeah, so the first album I want to talk about that's like an honorable mention of mine is Crazy by Les Seraphim. And this is an honorable mention because there's a couple of issues I had with it. It was too short of an album, which we all know Hive loves to do short albums. And yeah, that was like my main gripe with it, was that it was very short. Like, not just in the like number of songs, but also the length of the songs. Like, I can't even tell you. I think let's see. How long was the actual album itself? Like, I don't think it was very long. Spotify usually 14 minutes and 52 seconds. So yeah, all of the songs are under 2 minutes. Or sorry, under 3 minutes. And then Chasing Lightning, which is kind of like an intro song that kind of like repeats itself, is 3 minutes and 25 seconds. So I really don't like this trend of like really short songs. And I know it's for streaming purposes. And I also know it's for like TikTok and all that stuff. But I don't think we should be making songs for TikTok. I get the streaming thing because like they want the most streams they can get. But I grew up in a time where songs were like 4 minutes long, sometimes 10. If I can't really talk about the person who did those songs, but like, yeah. So I missed that. And that's mainly the reason why this is an honorable mention. I really loved all the songs. All the songs were really fun. And it just seemed like the girls were having a lot of fun, like making the songs. And then I watched like their behind the scenes for Crazy, and they seemed to have a lot of fun for that. And yeah, it was just like, I also really like the theme of the song. Like all the songs were a little bit weird, and because it's crazy, like they honestly should have named it weird, because like even the Crazy music video was more weird than crazy. I felt like. But yeah, so that is why this is an honorable mention. I loved all the songs, but again, it's just like too short of an album. And I just wish there was more, because like I loved all of them. So my favorite tracks, I'm going to talk about like my favorite tracks for each of these albums. But my favorite tracks were Crazy, obviously. Parrot, I don't know how to pronounce that word. So please, if someone knows, like, let me know. Parrot, I don't know. And then obviously 1-800 Hot and Fun, which they performed at Coachella. And I know Les Seraphim is a group that's been having a lot of controversy surrounding them. I had a good time, and the people in the audience had a good time. I think people were just stirring things just to, you know, get the views and all that. And there's I watched the documentary they posted on YouTube. Again, I enjoyed the documentary. I understand why people wouldn't enjoy it, but like that could be a whole nother discussion. But yeah, I still love these girls. I think they're doing a lot of cool things, and I feel like they are doing things that not a lot of groups do. I think they're bringing awareness to a lot of things, and I can appreciate that. So, Crazy, Les Seraphim, really like the album. I haven't purchased the album yet. I think I want to, but I'm gonna wait. I recently bought a lot of albums, so like I'm trying to slow down with my album purchases. So yeah, I might just wait till like the end of the year, like around Christmas time, and just ask people for like Target gift cards, because there's like other versions of different albums that I want. So anyways, not here to talk about my spending habits, but yeah, so the second album, which was kind of hard because when it first came out, I loved this album. And this was earlier in the year. This was like closer to January. I really love this album, and it kind of came out of nowhere for me because I don't really listen to this group a lot, but they have really fun songs that like I'll listen to a lot, like every once in a while. And that is NMIX and their self-titled album, NMIX. I believe it's called NMIX. That's what Spotify said. Let me just double check. And if I keep going like up and down from the camera, it's because I am looking at my notes on my computer and also looking things up. Oh, it's not. I totally wrote that wrong. I was like, why are they having a self-titled album? I know bands do that sometimes, like later on in their career, but this one's called FE304. break. They have weird album titles, I will say that. But I was having a tough time like deciding if this was going to go in my favorites or if this was going to be an honorable mention, but my favorites list is so long. And when I was looking at the favorite of my favorites, like this didn't quite stack up to my favorites, so that's why I put in an honorable mention. But I loved a lot of the songs off of this album. It was a really fun album. And even though the songs are also pretty short, except for Run for Roses and Break the Wall, it's a proper length of an album. Like 7 songs for K-pop, like that's pretty good. So again, we're not like comparing to Western because Western, like it's so different. But for a K-pop album, like that's pretty a good size. And a lot of the songs I really loved. And like I was playing this album, this and one other album, I was like playing on repeat, like at the beginning of the year. And there was something about it. Like I really love the vibe of this album. It definitely felt a little more like R&B, which I've said many times. Like I love R&B. It's one of my top favorite genres. And I just loved those vibes, but then it was also very mixed because they have those weird mixes in the middle of their songs. So 1 minute it can be an R&B song and then the chorus changes like completely different. So I love their style and like they are very true to their style, which I really appreciate. And I know a lot of people are like, they don't love that, but I think it's fun. It's like, it would be really cool to see it happening on stage. Like I would really want to see them at a tour, and like their vocals are amazing. Lily is like such a beautiful singer and she's also pretty funny. Like I watched her interview with P1 Harmony and I thought that was really cute and funny. Like she just seems like a little cutesy. But yeah, I really love this album. And my favorite songs are Dash. That song was so heavily repeated when it came out for me. And then Passion Fruit, love Passion Fruit. Like if there is a type of song that I love, it is Passion Fruit. There was just something about it. And then Sonar Breaker, parentheses Breaker. I think those were my like top 3 favorite songs. But again, all of them are really fun. But those, like for my favorite tracks, I'm just gonna list like 3 of my favorite tracks. So yeah, that's a heads up there. But I do love Run for Roses, but I didn't listen to it as much as like those other 3. Passion Fruit, again, like on repeat. I loved that song. Not NMIX by NMIX. It is FE304 : Break. So yeah, that was my second honorable mention. And my third is With Youth by Twice. So Twice is a group that I don't listen to very often. They do have a lot of singles or title track singles that come out and I'm like, ooh, I like that. But I really haven't gone deep into them. If you aren't aware, like I don't listen to a lot of girl groups, or like stan. I shouldn't say listen. I don't stan a lot of girl groups. I do listen to a lot of girl groups and like their songs. And Twice has been one that has kind of like piqued my interest, but like I cannot add another group to my like old groups right now. And that is like, they have a huge discography, so like that would just take forever. And I don't have the time for that. I did really like this album. And when the title track music video came out, I was like, wow, this is a beautiful music video. And I really loved it. I know they play a lot with color in their music videos. My friend is a graphic designer and she like talks about that. But this one, like I'm talking about I Got You, seemed very muted and like felt more like an end of summer song. And I really love this song. I Got You and One Spark were my favorite songs off the album. I Got You, I don't know, I felt really connected to the song. Like it just spoke to me and I felt like it was a song about like friendship. And yeah, I really love the song. Like, I don't know, it just really stood out to me, and I was like, am I like falling for Twice right now? Because I also, this is not on the album, but Moonlight Sunrise, so many songs with moonlight in them. So yeah, Moonlight Sunrise, that's like one of my top favorite songs. Like I listen to it so much. I really love that song. But I Got You and One Spark were my favorite songs. And again, this one was a shorter album, which is just a trend. I am realizing, oh, there it was. Yeah, 6 songs, 17 minutes. Yeah, but I also really liked Bloom. I think that was like my third favorite song. But yeah, I enjoyed this album, but it wasn't like a favorite because for me, favorites are like no skip albums. That is like, if I like every single song off this album, that is a favorite. So these ones, I like a couple, or like I like it initially and then I kind of like taper off and don't listen to it very often. So that's kind of what happened with this album. But yeah, loved the I Got You music video, stunning, and One Spark and Bloom. So that's with you. And the next song, sorry, I need a coffee because I woke up very tired this morning, even though I got like decent amount of sleep. So don't know why, but I'm just starting off with the girly groups, which I just realized. Even though I literally just said like I don't follow a lot of girl, like stan a lot of girl groups, but I do listen to them. So the next group is New Jeans. And I'm going to talk both about the House Sweet and Supernatural comebacks because those were really their only comebacks this year. But I loved the vibes of both of them. The music videos were really, they were great for the tracks off of these. They always have really cool music videos. Like their concepts are so cool. They're so strong. And again, they're another group that definitely knows their style, their vibe. They lean more towards like 90s Y2K vibe. I think in the Supernatural part 1 and part 2, I didn't love the styling in those for specific reasons, but I did like the song and it was a cool music video. But it wasn't my favorite like song off of, and like these albums only had like a couple songs and then like instrumental versions of the songs, so there wasn't a lot to go off of. But my favorite tracks are Bubblegum and Right Now. And I did purchase the, was it the House Sweet album? No, the Supernatural album has the bag, right? Yes, that was the one I bought, the Supernatural with the bag, which is, I love their album concepts. They're so cool and like unique. But yeah, my favorite tracks from each of those comebacks were Bubblegum and Right Now. And they kind of have similar vibes, so you can kind of tell like what songs I gravitate towards more. Yeah, I really love the Right Now music video with like the Powerpuff Girls, like super cute. And I just love the like summery vibes of the Bubblegum music video. And I did love the styling in that one. I love the hair that they had in the Bubblegum, like so cute. But yeah, it was just like a fun, like cute little album. I did wish they had more, but I understand why they didn't have a lot of comebacks because of the unfortunate circumstance they are under, which is a topic I might cover later on, but is also a controversial topic, so I'm a little scared. And New Jeans bunnies are so protective of New Jeans. It's like kind of crazy, but they also don't understand like the situation you're in, which is also kind of annoying. But I understand why they didn't have a lot of comebacks this year because like they're literally under like a trial with Hybe and then She Who Must Not Be Named. So yeah, it's just really unfortunate. Oh, my light came off because I'm talking for too long apparently. It just does that. I don't know why. Like it's charged and everything. So weird. Hopefully it's all good. it's unfortunate that they're going through this because like they are still so young and people are like, they're adults. And I'm like, age-wise, yes, but like mentally, you don't really fully develop until you're like 25. So it's just, and they've also been under constrained circumstances for their entire childhood. So, or like teen years. So like, no, but it is unfortunate like what they are going through, like when really they just want to make music and for their fans. So yes, really wish they had more this year, but understand why they didn't. Okay, so this next part I'm gonna get into has a lot of my favorite honorable mentions. So they're not like my favorite favorites, but they are my favorite of the honorable mentions. So I am going to pause real quick and I'll be right, because I don't want these files to be super long for me to airdrop, but yes, and I'll actually have like physical albums to hold up. So that's when I will be right back. Okay, we are back. I'm excited for this next part because these are albums that are from like some of my favorite idols, groups, all that. But they're not like my favorites of the year, but I still really enjoyed them. But like you'll see why. Also, I might do another video where I'm like discussing my favorite groups and all that stuff. So that might be another discussion video down the road. But yes, the next album I'm going to talk about is Muse by Jimin. I've reacted to a couple of his things on here, and I was initially kind of scared because like ARMY can be, but all of ARMY who commented on my thing were really nice. And I'm ARMY, like they were the first group that I got into in the K-pop space, mainly blaming my friend for it because I lived with a friend who was very interested in them. And I was like just constantly surrounded by their content. So I eventually fell into their grips. What is going on? Why my light is being weird? Because you wouldn't be able to see me if I didn't have it on. That's frustrating. We're going to talk about Muse. I bought this version because like he's in a flower field and he is a little flower. So I really liked his album. Like it's very like, it's a fun size and like pretty. Like I love this color. That's another reason why I got this one versus the yellow one. Even though I'm wearing yellow, it's not one of my like favorite colors. But yeah, really love this album. Love the concept. Loved the vibes. But it's not a favorite because I think I preferred Face over this one. Because Face had a lot of like my favorite tracks of like the year. And also just was such a vibe. Like it was my vibe to a T. This one, not so much, but still like still fun and a different vibe. It had more of like a Latin flair, which I feel like is definitely a trend in K-pop this year. So there was that. Yeah, I was just happy to hear Jimin again. And yeah, my favorite tracks were definitely Slow Dance. I loved that song. Slow Dance was just like so beautiful, and like who he performed it with, like their voices were so perfect for each other. Like it was just, I still need to watch that live performance with them too. So I need to get on that. But yeah, Slow Dance, love it. It also reminded me a little bit of like Michelle Branch. Hopefully there's people here that know who that is. If not, listen to her. She's amazing. And then yeah, like it gave me like that era. And then we also have Be Mine. Be Mine is like, I really enjoyed that song. And then Who, obviously. I love that music video. He was like strutting in the streets and loved that song. His voice really suits well for like Latin vibes. Like I don't know what it is, like it just suits really well. And so I love that they did like more an album that has more of that vibe. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say about that one. Just good vibes all around, and really fun album. But I think I did prefer Face, like, overall, because, like, I loved every single song off of that album. But I also love the titles of his albums. Face, Muse, like, they just go with one another. So, yeah, very much enjoyed that. The next album, which is probably my second top favorite album. These ones are kind of in an order. The girly group ones were kind of just like a random order, but these ones are kind of, oh, you're already seeing it. Are kind of in a like order. Anyways, next album. This is weird because I feel like this is like a continuing like discussion, so like my transitions are just a little off right now. But the next album is Golden Hour by ATEEZ. So as you all know, or you should know by now, ATEEZ is one of my old groups. I saw them twice live, which I know I keep saying, but like they're the only group that I've seen twice in 2 days, and I was sick as a dog when I saw them. So, and I was also feral at the concert. That I might, again, this, I'm like, as I'm talking about this, I'm thinking of like other discussion videos I can have to like make this more of a series. And I might discuss like my favorite concerts that I've been to this year, because I went to quite a good amount this year. But yeah, this concert, like, amazing. They are amazing. They are performers. It was a lot. It was a weekend. But I'm putting the album as an honorable mention. It is a top honorable mention, mainly because it's not one of my favorite ATEEZ albums. Again, I enjoyed the vibes and all that, but it's not one that I frequently listen to when I listen to their other albums like more frequently. So that's why it's an honorable mention. I loved that, again, a more Latin vibe, like Muse, trend. I love those vibes. Again, another short album. And people were saying this looks like Golden. No, it does not. Not the same shape. This is black. I know they had like similar color schemes of the covers, which I get, but like people were blaming ATEEZ, and like ATEEZ has nothing to do with how the album looks. There is a team of people who design the albums, who come up with the concepts. They may have a hand in like, oh, we want to do this for the music video because like that's the vibe we're going for, or like we want it to match the songs and all that stuff. But albums themselves, the bands have very little say. They have say in the songs, like, we know Mr. Producer Hongjun, but like albums, that there were so many stupid like arguments this year. and it was kind of like pissing me off because like there's so much more going on in the world than like the look of an album. But anyways, I kind of matched this album, but fun album. Not my favorite ATEEZ album, but enjoyed it still. Favorite songs were obviously Work. I still have that reaction on my channel if you want to watch it. Work, Blind, such a good song. Blind is amazing. Blind is a bop. Blind is a bop. And then Siren. Those are my 3 favorite songs off of this album. And yeah, I got this version specifically because of Mingy. Mingy is my bias, and he has no shirt on. So that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna put that down. Next album. Sorry, this is hilarious. I just like, I don't know how to like continue on and stuff like that, because I'm just like talking. Hopefully this is entertaining. Like, I don't know. I may add in visuals and stuff like that just to like make it more entertaining for you guys. But yes, so the next album I have is a big album, so I'm not gonna hold it up the whole time because like it's huge. But it is Right Place, Wrong Person by RM. This album was something. This album threw a lot of people for a loop. And I enjoyed it there thoroughly. Also, this is like a stunning album itself. There's a lot going on with it. And it's so big, I cannot fit it on my little album shelf that I have. So I just literally have it like in this book cart, just like laid that and then another album that I have. Because like they're so huge, like they do not fit anywhere. But yeah, love the concept. Like he's literally getting married, which I will not go into, but yeah, I thought this album had a lot to say. It had a lot to say. And some people were not happy about that. But also, like, these people are human. We tend to forget that with celebrities. I don't, especially idols. Like, these people are human. He's lived a life other than his idol life. So, yeah, I wasn't surprised. Like, he probably has a whole nother life that we don't know about. And I think that's what this album was trying to tell. But it is an honorable mention because I loved the vibes, loved what it was trying to say, but I don't listen to these songs very often. I feel like this was his album to like Rolling Stones, to potentially be a Grammy contender. Like it's a experimental album, I feel like. It's very different for like I've never heard RM like this. So different from his last album, but I think I prefer his last album, which is kind of similar to Jimin, and I think that's why this is an honorable mention because like I loved their first two albums, and I just don't listen to these songs very often. But I loved my favorite tracks were Right Place, Wrong Person. The music video was so stunning and so like heart-wrenching. Lost, again, a really cool music video and just a really cool song. And then Domodachi, I think that's how you pronounce it. I really love that song. I don't know why, like I just love the vibes of the groove and it was like very weird and different and like again, I feel like this is totally his like experimental album and I was vibing with it, but I don't gravitate towards these songs because also they're a lot. They're like the lyrics are a lot. But yeah, I was really proud of him for putting this out. And yeah, just remember these people are human. They have lives outside of K-pop that we will never know about, which I also think is a problem in K-pop, but that's a topic of another day. Especially someone who comes from like Western music where literally we see like their daily lives everywhere. So especially as someone who lives in LA and it's just like I never see them, but like their news is like everywhere. So yeah, anyways, thoroughly enjoyed it. And this album is just stunning. It's just so beautiful. I really want to display it, but I have to figure that out. I have an idea, but that could be in a vlog. See, I'm getting inspirations everywhere, but I really need to hurry up. So the next album, I'm having a placeholder here. So I will put an image on top of this, but this is just for me solely because you won't really tell. But anyways, it is Rise and it is their Japanese album Lucky. So this is a album that is an honorable mention because it's only 3 songs and it's a Japanese album. Their first Japanese album actually, and I really enjoyed it. I loved all the songs off of the album. I do have a reaction for that as well, and you can probably tell like I'm a huge Rise fan. I love all their music, but like there is something about this album. They had a lot coming out this year. They had a lot. I really like the vibes of these songs. Like they were really happy, but they also had some like ballads. And I feel like for Japanese albums, like the bands can be very experimental. And because I feel like all these songs are very different. And I loved the Lucky music video. Like it was so fun. and just I love the like arcade fun and games and like all that stuff. It was really, really fun. But yeah, since there's only 3 songs, I'm gonna like order them based off of my favorites. So Lucky is first, Be My Next second, and Same Key third. And those are all different vibes, but like there's a reason for that order. And I feel like you guys should know by now like the types of songs that I like. So yeah, I really enjoyed this album. And the way I'm falling for Rise, like they have put out so many good songs. And like, again, another group that has been controversial this year. And it's not the group themselves, it's just like the circumstances that they've been put under. But like, people like to talk about them. I've talked about them, but I just want what's best for the boys because I really enjoy their music. And like, yeah, it's just, I just have to enjoy their music, and I shouldn't be put down for enjoying their music. That's also been a thing that's been happening this year. Again, don't like it, but love this album. It was just very fun. And like, again, I really like Japanese albums, but I feel like they don't get talked about very much. So yeah. Oh, I need to add another, I just remembered because this recently came out, so this hadn't been on my list for the next portion of this. Yeah, I feel like just Japanese songs in general don't get played a lot, and like J-pop doesn't really get talked about, and I don't know why. Like, I mean, obviously like K-pop is having a huge like wave right now, so they're kind of taking over everything, but I love Japanese releases from K-pop artists, and I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, I think that's all that I had to say about that album, because like, again, it's only 3 songs. I've already talked about it, so like you can hear my thoughts in those videos. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm going to take another little break because this is a lot of talking, but I will be right back and I will continue on. Okay, hello, I am back, and we are continuing on with my favorites of 2024. I have just talked about all of my favorite albums that are honorable mentions, and this next portion of this video are gonna be, or is gonna be, my favorite singles of the year. So, and these aren't like honorable mentions, these are just specifically singles that came out that I really enjoyed. They weren't a part of any, well, they had, some of them had albums and some of them didn't. Some of them were just straight up singles. So let us continue. So this first two, one of the songs is one that I just added because I made this list a while back, and then the song came out and I was like, oh, I have to add that song to this list. And I thought about it because it is a Japanese release. But there are 2 songs by ATEEZ that came out this year that I have loved, that are both Japanese singles, that I feel like I have not seen people talk about them. And I think they do need to be talked about because they are amazing. First one is Not Okay. This song, the music video, crazy. This song is just like insane. I have been playing that song on repeat. I have like a playlist that has like K-pop songs on repeat, and this is one of those songs. Something about the song, I was just like, I love this song. I don't know what it is. There is just something about this song that I am like, I want to play it. It gets me in a mood. It like pumps me up, even though it's kind of like the lyrics are kind of depressing. And the title of the song is Not Okay. Like, we are not okay. We are not okay. ATEEZ is not okay. And this music video was stunning. Like, it was black and red and white and just like, yeah. ATEEZ put in a lot of work this year. They certainly did. And that came out like earlier on in the year. I can't remember if it was January or February, but it was crazy. It was, yeah, I don't know why I gravitated towards that song, but like, it was my kind of song. The next song just came out, another Japanese release. Oh, and I also feel like Even though that came out a while ago, not a lot of people talked about that song, even though it's like a top AT song for me. But second song is Birthday by ATs. Again, another Japanese release that just came out. And y'all, this music video, I've reacted to it. It made me mad. And when I say it made me mad, it's like, I'm obviously being sarcastic, people, but like, how can a group look so good? Each and every one of them looked amazing in this video. It wrecked me. Mingy was eating cake and laying on a table. Mingy does things and it hurts me. It hurts me. And everyone looked so stunning in that music video. And I was like, when did y'all film this? Because like, y'all are on tour, y'all are going to Fashion Week. Like, I don't, like, when do you have the time for this? Yeah, that was a beautiful music video. Beautiful. Songhwa, oh my god. Yeah, I love that song. Love it. I play it like it's a morning song when I go to work. Gets me in the mood. Yeah. Yep. Not Okay in Birthday. Again, Japanese songs that don't get talked about a lot, but are bops and are amazing. Yes. I also feel like in general, ATEEZ just does really good with their Japanese releases. Love those songs. Next song is a group that's trying to rope me in, and I keep trying to ignore it because, like I've said, I have too many groups, as you can see from my walls, and this isn't even like, you're only seeing one side of my room. So yeah, it's NCT Dream, who I've now seen in concert, had a strange emotional response to them at the concert. Can't explain it. I typically don't cry at these concerts because I'm like in too much of a hyped up mood to cry. This concert almost had me bawling. I don't know why. And this song, well, I think the song was a reason for it because it was later towards the set list and it's such a beautiful song. But it is Rains in Heaven. This song, the lyrics are very gut-wrenching. Yeah, they are very gut-wrenching and they are, I don't know, but there's something about the song that like lifts me up even though it's a heavy, like the lyrics are a heavy topic. And it's just, there was something about, I had a very like emotional response to the song. And I think it's just because of the state of my mentality, my mental health. Like it really spoke to me when I listened to it. And again, I have reacted to it and it is such a beautiful song. The music video was stunning. Like I think that's another reason why I had an emotional response to it, because the music video was just so beautiful and breathtaking, and like where they were and the sets, like it was really beautiful. And the stage at the concert was just as beautiful, and yeah, it kind of ruined me, and specifically Jisung. And I haven't dived into the NCT Dream NCT space because it intimidates me because there's so many groups and it's just such a confusing like layout. I've enjoyed, you know, a couple, like one specific album from NCT 127, which was the Two Baddies album, and you know, I won't talk about them here, but the way Smoothie hit me like a ton of bricks, and that whole like, I'm not going to talk about a lot here because we're just talking about Rains in Heaven, but like they're really trying to come after me and I don't appreciate it because I'm already getting into Rise and I don't need to keep getting into these SM groups because like controversial company. But Love Rains in Heaven. It's just so stunning, and like such a relatable song. And I think that's what Mark was like mainly trying to get at when he was writing the song. So, because I watched the behind the scenes, which is trouble. That is when things go bad. But yeah, and I feel like I haven't really talked about NCT Dream on this channel, but yeah. Okay, anyways, I even like almost started tearing up talking about that song. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But yeah, next song, and I'm gonna like speed through these because I've got to get ready for work soon. Next song, another Japanese release, is Yura Yura by Zero Base One. Another stunning music video for one. Like, I love that they are doing this like seasonal thing. And it is spring to a T. Like spring forward. Yes, it is a stunning music video. It was like a little cutesy drama, like high school drama. Loved it. They all looked amazing. Another group that hit me like a ton of bricks was Zero Base One. I'm weak, as you can probably tell. But Yura Yura was amazing. Again, when it came out, I was playing it like nonstop. Like every morning, I was like, I want to listen to Yura Yura. Like it just gets me in a good mood. And it's just one of those songs. It is a good mood booster. It is a mood booster of a song. And I do prefer the Japanese version over the Korean version. I don't know why. Like it just sounds, I think it's because it's made to be a Japanese song and then they do the Korean version because like they're probably going to promote it, but it just doesn't always sound as good as a Japanese song. And I don't know what the reasoning is of that, but that's just how I felt when listening to it. Yeah, but Yura Yura, definitely a favorite song. Again, all of these songs are like on my K-pop songs on repeat. Even though like half of them are Japanese titles. I keep getting these like annoying texts that are like, they say they're from USPS, but they're spam texts. So annoying. Anyways, Yura Yura is a beautiful song. And Tae Ray's note. Tae Ray is amazing. He is a beautiful singer. And it's so funny, he's not in like my bias line at all, but like whenever he comes on the screen, I'm just like, oh, it's baby Tae Ray. He's so cute. And just like, his voice is just so beautiful. And like, that was like a moment. His note was a moment in that song. Yeah, music video also so stunning. Like, I loved the colors and like everything. And they all looked, you know, too good for their own good. But yeah, number 3, Yura Yura by Zero Base One. Love it. Next song is maybe the most controversial song off of this list. And I was kind of scared to put it on here, but I really loved this song despite the controversy surrounding it, and that is Lose My Breath, the Stray Kids version. I don't listen to the Charlie Puth one, even though he's still credited on the Stray Kids version. I know. But it was such a good song. Like, despite Charlie Puth being a terrible human being and just weird human, his TikToks are really very strange. He is a hit maker. He is a hit maker. And Lose My Breath was a hit maker, but I mean, it still did well. It still did pretty well, but I feel like because of Charlie Puth, like, people weren't listening to the song, but it was such a good song. It was so catchy. It was like the music video alone, that was probably one of my favorite music videos of this year. Like, it was so stunning, just like the element of water and like their dance matching like the water, like they're mermaids. Like, it was so beautiful. The styling, Felix, oh my god, Felix was bringing tears to my eyes. Everyone looked so good, and like, it was such a good song. Like, it's so unfortunate that this is the day and age now. Like, if K-pop groups are gonna work with, you know, not the best people. Like, people just don't listen to the songs, and it's like, I know there's a reason why people weren't listening to the songs, and I'm not gonna get into depth of it because I feel like I'm just gonna, you know, beat this with a horse, and like, there's still going to be people that are gonna be mad, people that are probably gonna be mad that I'm even mentioning this song, but like, don't be mad at me for liking a song and listening to a song. I am aware of this man and what he believes in, but there is absolutely nothing I can do about it because not listening to a song is not going to do anything. Like, this is also another topic that I can go on and on about, but K-pop companies do not care anything except about making hits and making money. And we've seen that time and time again. And this is something, he's not the only person that they've worked that K-pop has worked with that is controversial. And I feel like I don't really love this form of like protesting. It's kind of protesting, like performative protesting, because people are still listening to the song. Like, I don't think it does enough damage, is what I'm trying to say. I think there are other ways we can help the world. And also, I just don't like it when people are mean for people who are listening to the song, when these people are also very aware of what this man is doing. At any rate, I still like the song. So please be kind about this in the comments. Like, I'm always scared when I bring this song up, but like, it was a good song. Like, Charlie Puth can make hits. And I don't remember people being mad when Jungkook was on a Charlie Puth song. So I think it's very interesting. But yeah, people just need to understand that K-pop is a business. It's a business that only cares about making money and making hits. And it's not just K-pop, it's the music industry. So, anyways, I can go on a tangent about this. At any rate, I love the song. I played it so much. Like, Hyunjin on the song sounds amazing. He sounds incredible on the song. They all do. Seungmin on the song. Oh, Seungmin. They all just caught my breath on the song, literally. And the music video, it's just so unfortunate because it's like, I don't understand. I just don't get it when people don't watch the music videos, because Charlie Puth has nothing to do with the music videos. All he did was make the music. Like, a director put time and effort into making this stunning music video, and then, yeah, it's just, I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I will not. This will become a longer video than it already is. So yeah, let's just move on to the next song, because even talking about this song just like puts me over the edge, even though I love it. So next song, I also have to like speed this up. Next song is, how many times can I say next song? Is Never Play by Megan Thee Stallion featuring RM. So this technically isn't really a K-pop song, but it has a K-pop artist obviously attached to it, and it is a Megan Thee Stallion song. It is not an RM song. It is Megan Thee Stallion featuring RM. I love Megan Thee Stallion as like an artist, and she just seems like such a fun person. Like, she loves anime, like loves Japanese culture and all that stuff. This song was just, came out of nowhere for me and was like, oh, we're going there. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. RM sounded incredible. And we all know Megan Thee Stallion is a BTS stan. She herself was even like, I've never heard RM like this. I've never heard RM like this. Like, oh my god, his flow on the song, so good. And the music video is so much fun. Again, catering to like the anime and like the arcades. And I love that like there was an arcade game and it had like RM was like on the arcade game and they like and she went into the arcade game. Like I love that. It was such a fun like music video. The song itself, like it's a favorite song of mine, but the song itself is a little short and I feel like it is kind of repetitive, but I love this collab. Very fun. And then the last single that I have on this list is Combo by Rise. So I know I feel like I keep repeating myself, but I have no other way to like explain my love for these songs other than that like I loved it. And this one I loved it because it really reminded me of the era that I grew up in, which is like Y2K era, and it really had that vibe of like punk pop rock, which was like a huge thing when I was growing up, and like I was a huge punk pop rock stan, and this song really gives me that vibes. And I think this is just a single, but like they put it on a repackaged album. I have not purchased that album because I try to not buy repackaged albums, but yeah, I know it was on a repackaged album. And the music video was really cute, but the lyrics were like the lyrics got me. The lyrics really did get me. But yeah, I really enjoyed that song. And these boys are just so talented. They are so talented. And yeah, that was my last favorite single. And there were so many good songs, like so much good music this year. I am curious how K-pop might change like once BTS comes back into the scene, because I feel like all these groups are getting attention, but I'm curious like how that will be different with BTS back on the scene once they're all back from the military. I'm very curious like how it's going to change, but I will still love all these groups. I will still watch all their music videos, but that is not changing. But yeah, those are my favorite songs. And yeah, I'm probably gonna have to stop now because I have to get ready to leave for work. And I'll probably come back once, you know, I come back from work, talk about the next portion of this video, which will be my favorite or like new groups that I'm like intrigued about, but I just don't have the time to do that right now because it's already time to leave for work. This is gonna be a long video. So I will try to add like some visuals for you guys, and like I'll put images and stuff like that to like make it more fun. This is literally just me talking, but this is what this video is. It's a discussion video. So and I would love to, you know, discuss with you guys in the comments, but again, be nice. I know like there's a lot of controversy surrounding some of these songs, but like I have my own taste. I enjoy my own music. So yeah, and these might not be your favorite music, or maybe they are and you're like questioning why are these like honorable mentions. Don't just like, I still love these songs. They're just not, in these albums, they're just not my like favorites of the year. We'll get to that video at another time. But like, yeah, I don't know. Music is an acquired taste. Music is opinion based, and yeah, everyone has their own right to like whatever music they want. Anyways, so I'm gonna leave it here for now, and it's gonna be in the same video, but it might just be a little bit of a time jump. Anyways, I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have, I don't know why I'm ending it like it's an ending. I will talk to you later. Hi everyone, so I am back. It's a little bit later in the day. The lighting is, I have my light on, but I feel like I can't tell if it's really doing much. But I wanted to finish out this video as I have talked about my honorable mentions for like albums of the year, and then my favorite singles of the year. But this last portion, I wanted to do groups that I'm like kind of interested in, but I don't know. Groups that I just don't know if I have the bandwidth to get into, but I'm like intrigued by. So I have like 4 groups here, and I don't know if I'm gonna be like a full stan of them just because like I follow so many groups, so it's like a lot to add another group to my plate, but I am definitely intrigued by them. And these groups might be groups that I kind of like look at. Sorry, I'm kind of in a weird mood, but like they're groups that I might check out, like their behind the scenes stuff and like all on my own, not on YouTube, but like behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, let's just get into them. There's four groups, two girl groups, two boy groups. The first one I mentioned before, and that is Vicha. I forgot to put them on this list, like their songs and stuff, because I really liked their debut, but there was so much stuff that came out this year and I was like, that's not like my favorite. Like, it's not enough to be a favorite, but I was intrigued by them. And Vicha is the group that JYP made in the A2K show. And they haven't done anything since their debut, which is kind of funny because like their debut was Girls of the Year. So I thought that was gonna like bring a lot of attention to them and like they're gonna do a lot more this year. I don't think they've had any other things coming out, since I don't see anything since their like debut singles and all that stuff came out. But they were all very fun, like fun stuff. So I don't know what's going on with them. I know they were performing at the Twice, because Twice is under JYP. They performed at the Twice shows, I think in Vegas and then Brazil maybe. I think it was Brazil, but I'm not entirely sure. But they're fun, like they're a diverse group and I really enjoyed their music and their music videos. And I was excited about them because I had watched the show on YouTube and then I watched some of their behind the scenes stuff and they seemed like really fun and like adorable. So yeah, but haven't heard anything since then. So I don't know if they're coming out with new music this year or like what's going on with them, like especially with this other group I'm about to talk about. So I have no idea. I feel like they kind of just fell off the face of the earth a little bit. Like they haven't even posted anything really on their YouTube page either. So I'm like, interesting. Yeah, that is a group I'm definitely like intrigued by, but again, don't know what's going on with them. So there's that. The second group is Cat's Eye, another girl global group, but under HYBE, not JYP, HYBE Geffen, I should say. But I was really intrigued by their debut as well. And again, another diverse group. And yeah, they just seemed really fun and I loved their album. I really did. So I might buy their album, but I don't know yet. Because I mentioned before, I'm trying to like be better at album purchasing and not buy too many. They're a group that I definitely have my eye on and that I'm gonna keep an eye out for. I can't talk. It's been a very stressful day. So like, I feel like my mood in this section is gonna be very weird. But I enjoyed Cat's Eye very much and they're very diverse and I loved it. So that's all I gotta say about them. I also know I keep mentioning this, but there's been controversy surrounding them because of the documentary, but they all seem to be, fine now. They've grown since then. So, and obviously a lot of that was editing and also just adding things for drama. So there's a lot of different ways people can edit all the footage that they got. So like little things that may not have been a huge thing, they can make it into a bigger thing. And I think that was what happened on Cat's Eye. Again, I didn't really pay attention to Dream Academy. Like I watched the like videos and like the competitions and stuff like that, but I didn't know like fully to the extent of like what was happening. So yeah, and I didn't vote either, so there's that. But yeah, very interested in those two girl groups, both global groups. And it's funny that they are both in big like huge companies like JYP and HYBE. There's gonna be a lot of editing in this part, but because I feel like they're kind of like set to be rivals, but they shouldn't be. Anyways, yeah, so very excited about that. And then the next two are both boy groups, which I've mentioned both of them. And that is Boy Next Door and NCT Dream. Boy Next Door kind of came out of nowhere for me because I didn't really love. Sorry if you hear my neighbors upstairs. They are quite annoying. But the Boy Next Door came out of nowhere for me. Like, I truly wasn't really interested in Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like, the music video was fun, but the song itself, like, didn't quite captivate me. Which is funny because I think a lot of people preferred Earth, Wind, and Fire over their new singles, but I love their new singles. So, people have different tastes. But yeah, I'm kind of, like, on the edge with them. But I truly, like, I cannot fully stand another group because, like, it's a lot. Standing all these groups on my walls, it's a lot. But I think for them, I'll be, like, an enjoyer of their music and, like, listen through their discography and everything because I have purchased their albums. Like, their albums are really fun. Like, the packaging. They have really good packaging. But yeah, I'll listen to, like, their other albums, their, like, debut and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure I listened to their debut. I just don't remember it. So yeah, that says something. But, like, Nice Guy got me. Nice Guy really got me. And they're really adorable. They're much too young. So that's also an issue. But I can't help it. So I might just enjoy their music, and that is where that lies. So yeah, like, it's so funny because, like, a lot of people, like, all of a sudden have been watching my Boy Next Door reactions, and I obviously appreciate that, but, like, and now I'm getting all these, like, comments about them, and they're like, I look a hot mess, I look like garbage. But I've had a very anxiety-inducing day today, and it has not been, well, it's been a rough week. At any rate, I was talking about Boy Next Door. You're getting the real me in this video. Anyways, Boy Next Door, fun, cutesy, adorable. I just don't have the bandwidth for another group. Don't have a bandwidth. So I will support their music and watch their music videos, and that'll be it. So yeah, then we have NCT Dream. NCT Dream, they kind of did the same thing. Hit me with a ton of bricks, and I'm just like, I have to control myself because I'm very easy. Even before I got into K-pop, I followed a lot of groups like Jonas Brothers. I was a Five Sauce fan, still am. And I preferred The Wanted over One Direction, which might be controversial, but, like, I preferred One Direction's solo stuff. I was just not vibing with their music. So I can be easily swayed. And because K-pop is like group heavy, I don't follow any solo artists in K-pop. Like, no, I can't go down that rabbit hole. But NCT Dream is also becoming like Boy Next Door. Like, I feel like I could get very heavily into them, but I'm trying to control myself. I am trying to, because I did not with Rise, and I did not with Zero Base One, and I did not with Anteam. And look at where we are now. So I will enjoy NCT Dream's music because I'm gonna try not to talk about it a lot on here, but yeah, that is the reason I went to their concert. So clearly I'm just here to give my money away. But yeah, NCT Dream is definitely a contender of a potential group I can stand, but I also am afraid of getting into the NCT space because it's just very confusing to me. And I could feel myself falling for other groups in that space, and I don't want that for me. So I will, again, just listen to their music because their music is really good and they were really fun live, and maybe watch a couple videos here and there. But these groups that I'm, like, intrigued about, I don't think I can watch their variety content because, like, that's just another level that I cannot add to my plate because I watch too much as it is. I have no idea. I haven't even watched like any BTS stuff because I'm in with all these fans right now. So that's interesting. Yeah, I truly, K-pop was a bad decision for me. um but yeah, NCT Dream, Boy Next Door. Oh, and if you want to know my biases or like potential biases of those groups, Boy Next Door, it is definitely Sungho, Taeson, and Jaehyun. I think that's my bias line. And then NCT Dream is Jisung, Mark, and Jaemin. But Jeno also tried to like wreck me at the concert and I couldn't handle that. But yeah, at least I know their names. So there's that. I feel like I'm getting better at like learning names because I don't know, it took me so long to figure out BTS. I don't know why. Like they're not difficult, but I think there was a lot of J names, so like it took me a while to like separate them all. And then they also changed their hair quite frequently. So, and I was like a fresh baby to K-pop. So that was a lot. Vicha, I think, oh my gosh, I'm like blanking on their names. Oh yeah, Camila and Savannah. Love those girls. Yep. And then Cat's Eye, I think probably Mano. And I can't remember if I think it's Megan. Yes, Megan. I always want to say Maria. I don't know why. But it's Megan. I think those are my two faves of that group. And then Youngchae is catching my eye a little bit too. But yeah, so those are the groups I am intrigued by. And don't force me to get into these groups because I clearly don't have the time. I have a full-time job. I am doing this for fun to relieve my stresses, and I will listen to things by them when I get the chance to. I've already listened to a lot of stuff and I've put it up on my YouTube page. I was considering doing, which is a dangerous decision, but I was considering putting an NCT Dream like deep dive on my channel, but I was like, that's probably a terrible decision. Their discography, they have a lot. There's a lot because they've been around for 8 years. So that's a lot to uncover. And I don't think I need to. But yeah, I think I'm gonna close out here because like this is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna like obviously cut things here and there, but I'll try to make it more exciting for you. I feel like I was just kind of like chit-chatting, and now I feel like I'm pretty laid back in this like last clip versus like the morning clips. So that's fun. I have stress bags under my eyes. I hope you enjoyed this new content. I'm really excited to like post this new content and like start getting into filming it and all that stuff, and then also like the vlogs and everything. So these are just a little bit harder to edit. But yeah, I wanted to have a designated video to like showcase my favorite comebacks, and so that like I could go back to them and be like, oh yeah, that came out in 2024. Because this year was crazy with the music. It was crazy. I haven't listened to a lot of American music this year because K-pop was just, I listened obviously to Sabrina Carpenter and like who else came out with stuff? Dua Lipa. Who else am I into? I listened to Billie Eilish's, I'm going on a tangent now, I'm probably gonna cut this out, but I listened to Billie Eilish's album, but I wasn't like into it that much. I feel like it was very, like she is chill, she's very chill, but like this one I feel like was really, there's like a couple songs that were like, ooh, that girl, yes. But then there were some that I was like, a little too chill for me. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna close that here. Let me know what were some of your favorite comebacks, if you had any of these on your list, specifically like honorable mentions, because I'll have a second part that'll be like my favorites. of this year. But yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this and look forward to the next reaction.